told us to grind. They told us sleep was for the weak. They told us the hustle never stops, and we believed them until we couldn't anymore. Until the body started sending in voices that the hustle couldn't pay. Rest is resistance now. Choosing to stop is the most radical thing left.
I've been running since before I understood the race. Been optimizing every hour, every single space of potential output. Been performing productivity, been wearing the exhaustion like a badge of quality. The grind culture gospel said the hustle was the proof that you deserved the thing you wanted. That was the uncouth truth. They sold me at 16 inside a motivational frame that burned me to the marrow before I even learned my name. In the context of what I actually wanted from the life, not with the productivity pockets that would end the strife of feeling worthless. Because that's what it was selling. The antidote to inadequacy, exhaustion as a telling sign that you were trying hard enough to earn your space on this planet, in this economy, in this race.
Rest is resistance in a world that wants you running. Rest is revolution when the burnout keeps on coming. Burnout nation, we were sold a lie at birth, that our value was our output, that our rest had no worth. I'm taking back the hours that belong to grind. I'm reclaiming the recovery of the body and the mind. Rest is resistance, choosing stillness is the fight. Burnout nation, I'm opting out tonight.
The mental health crisis is a weakness in the generation. It's the rational response to an irrational situation, where the cost of living outpaced every entry-level salary. With a dream they sold us at 18 revealed its calorie count zero. Nothing nutritious in the promised land, where the down payment on a house requires a second hand of time, a second job, a side hustle, and a brand. The content, strategy, your presence, and a plan for monetizing everything, including how you breathe. Everything, including how you grieve. Everything beneath the surface of a life that should have room to just exist without the constant audit of what's on and off the list of productive contributions to the quarterly review of a life that doesn't know productivity to you.
We are not human capital. We are not resources. We are not output. We are not metrics. We are people, and people need rest. Not as a reward for productivity, as a right, as the baseline condition of being alive. Rest is resistance.
Full stop. So here's the radical act. I'm committing to the day. I'm putting down the hustle and I'm choosing to stay with the stillness, with the silence, with the nothing for a while, with the version of myself that doesn't need to run a mile to justify existing, to justify the breath, to justify the rest that stands between the grind and death. The culture taught me that the tired ones were winning most, that the one who sacrificed the sleep would earn the boast. Having worked the hardest, I'm rewriting that refrain. Rest is not the enemy, exhaustion is insane. I'm sleeping in on purpose, I'm existing without cause. I'm taking back the hours, I'm reclaiming all the pause that they stole from us and called it laziness and shame. Rest is resistance, and I'm putting that on the frame. Just rest.
It's enough. You are enough. Rest is resistance. Burnout nation, we choose different now.
They asked me to keep it out of the music. Said it was too political. Said it would hurt the brand. I said, hip-hop was born political. The block was always political. Silence was never neutral. Silence was always a choice. And I'm choosing different. I remember when the culture stood for something more than sales. When the bars carried the weight of what the evening news won't tell. When the MC was the journalist, the mainstream overlooked. When the cipher was the courtroom and the verse was the book of testimony, of bearing witness, of refusing to look away from the thing that everyone in power needs you not to say. I carried public enemy in the foundation of my rage. I carried Gil Scott-Heron in the turning of this page. The revolution was not televised, but it was on the record. And every bar that said the thing that made the powerful threaten. I'm adding to that record, I'm continuing that line. The silence of the comfortable was never a desire. design. I wanted any part of the cowardice of quiet. When children die in daylight, that's when I choose riot.
Silence was never safe.
It was always a decision
To protect your comfort at the cost of someone's vision.
of surviving, of existing, of having their name known.
Silence was never neutral.
It was throwing the first stone.
Throwing the first stone.
I put it in the playlist.
I put it in the bar.
I put it in the bar.
I put it in the
Frequency that travels near and far.
Silence was never safe.
The culture always knew when the world is on fire, what does the music do? They can pull the sponsorship. Woo. They can cancel the show, they can deplatform the signal, but the signal's gonna go to the places that the corporate throat can't reach or swallow. To the headphone in the dark, to tomorrow, where the documentation of what happened still exists, where the name inside the bar outlasts the political fist that tried to erase it, that tried to make it clean, that tried to sanitize the thing that every human being with a conscience saw with their own eyes on their own screen. The culture was built to be the voice of what is mean and ugly and unjust. The art of the oppressed has always been the art that puts the powerful to test. I'm not performing protests, I'm continuing tradition. Every bar a testimony, every verse a mission. Kendrick stood at the halftime show and reminded 50 million people that the culture has a conscience. Tyler stood at the protest and reminded the industry that the artists are the community. The community is not a demographic. The community is not a market. The community is people, and the music is theirs. Silence was never safe. It never was. So I'm adding to the archive what they want me to leave out. I'm putting in the record what the power wanted out. That it happened, that it's real, that the numbers are the truth, that the testimony of the living is the most bulletproof evidence that any court could ever call upon. When the history is written and the comfortable have gone back to their comfort, back to their well-funded silence. I'll have been here with the bars, with the documented violence of a world that chose convenience over conscience for too long. I'm adding it to the playlist, I'm turning it to song. Not because it's easy, not because it helps the brand, because hip-hop was born to be the microphone that stands in a place where no other microphone will go. Silence was never safe, and I won't let the music go.
I put it in the bar. I put it in the record. I put it in the archive. Silence was never safe.
The culture always knew.
They told me to harden up, said emotion was a liability, said melody was for the soft ones. I said the most dangerous thing in the room is the person who isn't afraid to feel everything and still deliver.
I can cry in the bar and still leave you breathless. I can show you the wound and still be relentless. I can let you inside the architecture of my pain and still construct the hardest verse you heard this year again. The false binary of hard versus vulnerable is the insecurity of men who made the cultural decision that emotion was the enemy of strength, that feeling everything was weakness of a dangerous link. But show me a verse to change your life, I'll show you a feeling. Show me a bar that hit your chest, I'll show you someone revealing something human, something real, something that broke the wall between the rapper and the listener, between the big and small.
Soft and deadly, that's the full range of the art. Hard enough to crack the concrete, soft enough to reach the heart. Melody and weakness, it's a different kind of power. The one that makes the grown man cry at 4 a.m. in his darkest hour.
I don't choose between the hard and the emotional. I hold them both inside the bar, I make them both devotional. Soft and deadly, proving every binary wrong.
Melody and weakness is what makes the bar a song.
Tupac cried on record and became a legend anyway. Marvin Gaye sang about his pain and changed the world that day. The greatest MCs were the ones who let you see inside, who showed you where the fear live, where the hurt and hunger hide. The masculinity that says don't let them see you bleed is the same masculinity that dies without what it needs. I'm not performing toughness, I'm performing truth, and truth is both the hard edge and the vulnerable smooth. When I drop the melodic hook, you feel before you think. That's not a soft move, that's precision at the brink of what the human ear is built to open up and receive. The melody is not the weakness, it's the key. The greatest love songs were written by the same people who wrote the hardest battle raps, because real artists don't limit themselves to half the human range. The full spectrum is the weapon. Soft and deadly. So here's my thesis, delivered in the form it proves. I'm about to switch the melody and show you all the moves. From the velvet to the sandpaper, from the warm to the cold, from the sung to the spit. Watch the full range unfold. This bar is tender, this bar is vicious, this bar is both, and I don't need permission to be the full range of what a human being is. The hard to soft to everything that makes this music his and hers and theirs, and everyone who ever felt both sides, both the armor and the opening, both the storm and the tide. Melody ain't weakness, it's the bravest thing to do, to let the music feel everything and deliver it to you.
In Delhi, oh, always bold. Melody ain't weakness, it's the whole
In a world that wants your art simple, complexity is protest. In a world that wants your bar short, length is resistance. In a world that wants your skill invisible, craft is revolution.
In the world, every multi-syllabic structure that I build into a bar is a declaration that the culture hasn't fallen as far. Every turnaround scheme running parallel inside is a refusal of the dumbing down they packaged up with drive. They want the easy hook, the pre-digested thought, the melody that moves me units without being taught. But I'm constructing architectures they can't casually consume. I'm building labyrinths of language in a limited room of 16 bars. Watch the patterns multiply and branch, watch the meaning fold on meaning, watch the echoes of the stance. Because the day I simplify for palatability is the day I sign the document that sells my ability. Syllable revolution, every bar a battlefield. The craft is the protest, the skill is what we wield. They can't go off the technical, they can't repackage this. The multi-syllabic structure is the act of defiance. Act of defiance, act of defiance. Syllable revolution, complexity is war. The precision of the language is what the system can't ignore. Craft is the protest, skill is the resistance. Every syllable I stack puts freedom in the distance of a goal worth reaching, worth the price of admission. Study the architecture of the greatest bars ever built. A scaffolding of consonants holding up without the tilt. The load-bearing assonance distributed through the line. The rhyme scheme as a blueprint that was drawn in perfect time. This is an academic, this is street level engineering. This is what the ciphers in the park are always clearing space for. The demonstration of the maximum you can do within the constraint of the beat and still remain true. Every rapper who got lazy traded freedom for release. A comfortable commercial corner in a piece of someone's piece. I'm not trading, I'm investing everything I have in the syllable estate and in the graft is moral stand. Parallel construction, bilateral rhyme infection. Every verse a master class in linguistic resurrection. Elevating cadence, radiant persuasion. The patient navigation of the most complex equation. A rap to make you sit down with a pen and count the sounds. A bar to make you wonder how the structure still holds ground. Still holds ground. Yo, the system wants your music pre-approved and pre-digested. Once the meaning surface level and the emotion pre-tested. Once the demographic data built into the scheme. Once the song to be a product and the art to be a dream. I want the opposite. I want the listener to work. I want the bar to be the puzzle and the meaning to be the perk of patience of re-listening to bringing your whole mind of the reward that only comes to those who choose to find the thing beneath the thing, the signal in the graph, the proof that someone stayed awake and didn't take the easy path. Syllable revolution, I'm the one who stayed awake. I'm the proof that technical precision doesn't break. Count the syllables, count the syllables, count the syllables, count the rhyme scheme, count the rhyme scheme, count the rhyme scheme, count the internal patterns. This is not decoration, this is resistance. Syllable revolution, the craft is the protext, always what? Always was. In the world, in the world, in the world, in the world, in the world that wants your heart simple. In the world, in the world, in the world, in the world, in the world that wants
They said, nobody reads the lyrics anymore. I said, then I'm writing for the ones who do. 4 syllables locked in a line like a deadbolt. Verb, noun, metaphor, I stack them like a bank vault. Internal rhymes in the architecture of the sentence. You don't need a hook if every bar is an entrance. I studied Rakim in the dark with a flashlight. Memorized Big L verses on a school night. This is for the wordsmiths, not the catchphrase babies. For the ones who build cathedrals, not the ones who build daisies. Last lyricist, standing on the throne of bars. Every syllable a stone, every rhyme a scar. They chase the skip-proof chorus, I chase the truth. Last lyricist standing back to the roots. I'm allergic to filler, word. Cut it from the session, word. Every wasted word is a missed confession. The best MC I know speaks in compound sentences, not in mumble vowels and borrowed references. A great line should make you stop mid-stride. Feel something crackle and expand inside. Not just bounce your head, rearrange your view. That's the bar standard every pen should pursue. Let the hook era have its season. I'm still here with purpose and reason. The craft doesn't die, it waits for the ones who know the way. They come for the hook, they stay for the verse. They come for the hook, they stay for the verse. Write the verse, they come for the hook.
1973, a party in the Bronx. A DJ named Kool Herc isolated the break. It's something that had never existed before. Came into being 50 years later. Do you know what you're standing on? Yo, let me take you back before the streaming and the chart. Before the algorithm and the revenue and the art became a product. Back to when the product was the people. Back to park jams where the power came from. Equal distribution of the joy. The turntable is church. The cipher as the sermon. The MC is the perch from which the community could hear itself speak back. Hear its pain and anger. Hear the rhythm in the crack of the system. Kool Herc the Bambaataa, the flash. From the Bronx to Compton. From the borough to the vast expansion of a thing that started with 2 turntables and a dream. And the neighborhood that turned his pain into a beam. A light that crossed the planet 50 years and counting still. The archive is alive and every bar I write is the bill. A living that the culture paid to get us to this room. I am the living archive, I carry every tune. 40 years deep, 50 years and growing. The roots are still alive and the branch is still showing. Living archive, every bar is a document. The history's in the music, in the culture's monument. 40 years deep, and I owe every name that came before the streaming and the industry game. Living archive, I carry them with every verse. 40 years deep, from the Bronx to the universe. I carry Grandmaster Flash in every warning shot. Carry Africa Bambaataa in every plot. To use the music as a weapon for community peace. To turn the gang wars into break and turn the violence to release. I carry Rakim in the technical, Big Daddy in the bass. Carry Queen Latifah in the dignity and grace. Carry Tupac in the contradiction, Biggie in the wit. Carry Nas in the visual and the way the image fits. I'm not name dropping, I'm documenting lineage. The genealogy of excellence, the culture's heritage. And if you don't know where it started, you don't know what you hold. You don't know the way to standing in the 50-year-old gold. Some of them never got their flowers. Some of them died before the streaming royalties. Some of them built foundations that other people built mansions on. This is their monument. This bar, this beat, this frequency. 40 years deep, we remember. The new generation finds the catalog and comes alive. Finds the park jam recordings and starts to understand why. The music always hits different when it knows where it comes from. When the sample is a conversation with the people who become the giants on whose shoulders every modern bar is standing. When the history's embedded in the grooves demanding beauty. The way the break loops back to the beginning. The way the culture keeps returning to the ending where it started. Keeps coming home to what is true. 40 years deep and I'm still bringing it through. The living archive doesn't sit in museums on a shelf. It walks the street and raps the history by itself. From her to now, from the Bronx to the world, the archive is alive. Every bar a page, every beat a chapter. 40 years deep, still writing, still alive. 40 years deep, still writing, still alive. The corner store is a coffee shop now. $12 for an oat milk latte. Where the bodega used to be. The family that ran it for 30 years couldn't afford the new rent. The neighborhood doesn't know them anymore. And soon it won't know you either. They call it revitalization, I call it the erasure of every trace of who we were before the new nomenclature. Replace the block names with boutique names, replace the face with a curated aesthetic that required our displacement first. They love the culture but they didn't love the people who made it. They love the energy but the architects of it get faded into the footnote of a neighborhood they now call vibrant. While the ones who made it vibrant are the ones being silenced. The murals that we painted get replaced by art installations. The art installations funded by the same administrations that rezoning to prove the towers that replaced our homes. Gentrification isn't just the buildings, it's the bones of everything that made the place worth moving to. Being ground up for the profit of the few who never knew it. Never knew it. Never knew it. The neighborhood doesn't know you anymore. They changed the signs and locked the old doors. Gentrified so they want the vibe, not the people. They want the culture but not the ones who built the steeple. Priced out of the place that priced itself on us. Took the sound, took the style, left the people on the bus. Gentrified so the displacement is the plan. The neighborhood doesn't know you anymore, but we still can. The hip-hop that they commodified was born in these exact streets. In a block that they've now cleaned up and filled with boutique beats. Of a coffee shop that plays the music of the people it displaced, without acknowledging the irony of who they've been replaced. I'm watching gentrification happen to the language next to the slang we created, being gentrified to text. That corporations using advertisements aimed at us to sell us back the culture that they stole without a fuss. And we buy because the marketing is designed to feel like community, like belonging, like something real. But the community is built on is the one they pushed aside. The belonging it is selling is the one that died when the rent went past the point that the originals could reach. And the culture that they selling is the ghost of what we speak. The gentrification of a neighborhood is the gentrification of an identity. When the people leave, the culture they carry doesn't transfer to the new residents, it dies. And what remains is an aesthetic, a costume, a weekend approximation of something that was alive. 24 hours a day, we built it, they own it now. That's the story. That's always been the story. So I'm documenting every corner store that's gone, every family that got displaced, every name, every song that was made on that specific block that no longer exists. Under that name, every voice that the new map will miss. This is the archive of the ungentrifiable truth, that the culture came from people, not from aesthetic youth. Not from a coffee shop inspired by the neighborhood's vibe. Not from a restaurant that claimed the culture as its tribe. Without acknowledging the people who created it, without paying the inheritance that the culture inherited from the ones who stayed and suffered, who were priced out last. The neighborhood doesn't know you, but the music holds the past. We were here, we were here, we were here. The corner store was here. The block was ours. The sound was ours. Gentrified soul, but the memory can't be priced out. The haunted eye, the archive is ours, always was. Yeah. They said lyrical rap was dead. They said nobody wants dance bars anymore. I said the pen never clocked out, it just went underground. And underground is where the real ones live. Yeah. Yeah. They buried the backpack, but the backpack buried them. Every trend that killed the lyric came back to its stem. Begging for the wordplay, begging for the double meaning, begging for the syllable structure that left their head spinning. I never stopped rhyming in multi, never stopped the scheme, never chased a single syllable hook in the simple dream. Been stacking internal rhymes since before it was a feature. Been running parallel structures like an AP level teacher. The books are still in the bag, the notebook never empty. The vocab still expands, the reference list still trending. Upward in my library, no algorithm sorted this. Just years of reading everything and spitting what exists. Never clocked out. It just went quiet for a minute. Every bar I held back, the next verse has it in it. Backpack never left, the weight is in the words. The density of meaning is the thing the culture heard. Lyrical forever, the craft is non-negotiable. The pen never clocked out, proof is in the syllable. Multi-layer word for word, the architecture stands. The pen never clocked out, it just changed hands. I carry Rakim in my cadence, Big L in my punchline, Nas in my storytelling, Black Thought in my front line, not biting, absorbing, building on the foundation. Every bar a graduate degree in bar formation. The return of the backpack is a nostalgia for the past. It's recognition that the things built well are built to last. The kids who grew up screaming found the vinyl in the attic, found the dense bars and went back. The response was automatic because Pepsi rewards the patient listener's ear. Because the song that takes 3 plays to unpack keeps you here, keeps you engaged in the way your hook loop never can. I'm writing for the listener who brings a pen and notepad, fam.
Best rap ever written.
Yeah,
Didn't chart the week it dropped.
it lived in headphones.
Best rap ever written. It got quoted on corners, it got written on notebook covers. In schools that never taught it.
Yeah, the pen never clocked
It
out.
just moved underground like it always does.
When the surface gets too shallow. So here's the syllable and voice. Count the multis in this bar. Count the internal structure. Count how far the echoes are from the first line to the last. How many patterns weave and link? How many meanings layer up beneath the surface when you think this isn't showing off? This is the tradition being kept. Every lyricist who came before me died and never slept without believing that the craft would outlive the content farm and the pen would outlast the algorithm and the charm. Backpack never left. I still got it on my back, filled with every book and bar I've ever kept on track. The pen never clocked out. It just waited for the room to remember what it sounds like when the real comes into bloom.
Still writing,
Yeah.
still stacking, still multi.
The pen never clocked out.
Pen never clocked out.
Yeah. Backpack never
The
left.
lyric is alive.
They said you need the machine, the distribution, the marketing, the radio pluggers, the playlisting. Clips dropped an album with none of that. And it was the only thing anyone talked about. The rollout is the revolution. Independent is not a limitation. It's a design choice. I don't need your advance to make the music feel expensive. I don't need your press release to make the rollout feel extensive. I need the music to be undeniable. That's the only prerequisite. The quality is the marketing. Everything else is opposite of what I'm building. I'm building on necessity, on the principle that real music finds its recipient. Without the sponsor push, without the editorial call, without the radio relationship, without the hall pass that comes with signing on the dotted line of compromise. I'd rather build in private and arrive before your eyes. Fully formed, fully owned with nothing old to none. The rollout is the revolution, and the album is the gun.
Don't need your machine.
I built my own infrastructure.
Don't need your cosign.
My community's the structure.
Independent forever.
This is not a phase. The rollout is the revolution. Watch the culture blaze.
Don't need your machine.
You can move the culture from the indie lane. Keep the masters, keep the narrative, keep the whole campaign. Don't need your label, I am the label now. The rollout is the revolution, and I'm showing you how. The scarcity is strategy, the silence is the buzz. Every non-announcement is a calculation, because the less you say before the drop, the louder the arrival. Every withheld interview is a tool for survival in the attention economy, where noise is the commodity. The absence of the noise creates the rarest kind of body of anticipation. The community builds it themselves. They become the marketing department. They become the shelves that stock the record. They become the review and the word of mouth. The independent model moved the culture east, west, north, and south without a single billboard, without a single major deal. Just music and the people who understood what was real. The major label system was built to give artists a loan and take back the collateral. The indie model is you keep everything, you control the narrative, you choose the timing, you own the masters, you build the community. And when the moment comes, the music lands on your terms. The rollout is the revolution. Yeah, so here's the playbook, distributed without a publisher, without a label or a lawyer or an industry nourisher. The music is the announcement, the quality is the press, the community is the radio, the bars are the address of everywhere I need to be, of everyone who needs to hear. The rollout builds the legend before the album is clear to the public. The mystery is the marketing tool. The belief of the believers is what makes the casual cruel. Indifference break, because when the real ones are certain, the uncertain become curious, and curiosity opens the curtain. Independent forever, I own every page of every story. The rollout is the revolution, and the music is the glory.
Who keep the message?
Keep the narratives,
Who keep the person?
keep the timing.
Independent forever.
No cosign needed, never needed.
Don't need
need your machine. Don't need your cosign. Independent forever.
No cosign needed. Never needed it. They can copy the tone.
They can dot copy the scar behind it.
They fed my catalog to a machine overnight. Pressed upload on my pain and called the output tight. A digital twin with my cadence and my breath, but no algorithm ever held grief. That's the test. They clone the sound but not the hunger in the booth. Not the crack rib flow or the undeniable truth. You can mirror the wave but you can't mirror the why. A voice without a wound is just a frequency, it dies. They clone the sound but not the soul. You can replicate the vessel, not the toe. Every scar I rap through made me whole. You can copy all the data, not the code, not the gold. I've been up since 5, nose bleeding on the verse. The machine never missed a meal or felt the universe. It doesn't know what it means to lose a friend mid-sentence, or start a bar with trembling hands and holy reverence. The future's coming fast, I know, I'm not afraid, but I'd rather rap imperfect than let a ghost get paid. My stutter is my signature, my pause is my punctuation flaw, and my delivery is the depth of my narration. Let them clone the sound, I'll keep cracking. That's my crown. Every broken note I sing is proof that I was here. No machine has ever made a sound soaked in real fear.
You want my voice? Take it.
But you'll never have my reason.
Authenticate the origin.
Back to the roots.